We're going deep into the idea of being quiet, which might sound boring, but hold up, it's super important. It's not just about shutting out noise. It's about finding this crazy, deep peace inside yourself. It's like having this inner strength that shouts loud without making a sound. In our crazy, noisy world, being good at being quiet can be a game changer. It helps you see through all the mess and find what really matters. The Stoics, those old philosopher dudes, were all about this. They didn't see silence as emptiness. They saw it as a smart move, a way to get wise and tough. So, if you're feeling totally swamped by all the noise of life, or if you're looking for a little calm in the storm, or hey, if you're just curious about how doing less can actually be more, you're in the right spot. We're going to dig into the secrets of Stoicism together. We'll see how being quiet can make you stronger, clearer, and all around better. Ready to level up your life with some ancient wisdom? Hit that subscribe button and stick with us. We're about to uncover the full power of silence and how it can totally change your game, bringing peace and clarity when everything else is chaos. Picture this. You're in a high-stakes moment, like a tense negotiation or a heated debate. Instead of jumping in with a quick response, you stay silent. It's not because you're passive. Nope, it's a strategic move straight out of the playbook of the ancient Stoics. See, when you keep quiet, it throws the other person off their game. They start guessing, doubting, wondering what's going on in your head. And that uncertainty? It's like a secret weapon in your arsenal. Silence can speak volumes, louder and clearer than any words. But here's the cool part. While they're busy trying to figure you out, you're calm, cool, and collected. You're observing, analyzing, planning your next move with a clear head. It's not just about getting the upper hand, it's about being wise, disciplined, like a true Stoic. Silence gives you space to breathe, to think, to really listen. Not just to what's being said, but also to what's not. It's your shield, your strategy, reflecting your inner strength. In a world full of distractions, Stoicism teaches us to stay grounded, to keep our focus, to find peace and clarity amidst the chaos. It's not just about what we do or say, but how we react, how we stay composed, dignified, resolved. So, next time you're faced with a tough situation, remember the power of silence. Embrace it. Let it be your guide, your strength. Be the Stoic in the storm, unshaken by the noise, focused on what truly matters. That's where the real beauty of Stoicism shines through. Let's talk about making some changes, not just dealing with tough stuff, but actually making things better, starting with our own minds. Imagine clearing out all the noise, the constant buzzing of messages, the never-ending notifications. What's left? Room. Room to think, to ponder, to dive deep into the ideas of wise old folks like Marcus Aurelius or Epictetus, who knew the value of quiet time. Now, you might be wondering, how do we get rid of all this distraction? Well, it's about being intentional, making choices about what gets our attention. Maybe it's setting aside specific times to check emails or social media, or creating a peaceful workspace, or just taking little breaks to chill out during the day. The idea isn't to ditch modern life completely, but to navigate it with purpose, like a wise old sage. But here's the thing, cutting out external noise is only part of the puzzle. We've also got to quiet down all that inner chatter, the doubts, the worries, the endless what-ifs. Stoicism has tricks for that too. It tells us to focus on what we can control and let go of the rest. When we find that inner calm, that's where the real smarts start to show up. And hey, when we clear out all this noise, it's not just good for us, it makes us better at everything. Our relationships, our work, even our creative endeavors. We become more present, more tuned in to the world around us. So I'm throwing down a challenge. Try out some Stoic practices. Start small, maybe by setting aside a bit of time each day for quiet reflection, away from all the digital distractions. See how it changes things, how it affects your thoughts, your decisions, your whole VB. This is how we build a more focused, peaceful, Stoic life. Ever notice how a pause in conversation makes everyone sit up and pay attention? It's like the quiet moments in a song that make the music hit you deeper. That's the power of silence, something Stoicism holds in high esteem. It's all about being deliberate, about knowing when not to act, and letting that inaction speak volumes. Imagine this. In the middle of a big, noisy gathering or a tense debate, someone chooses to stay silent. Instead of jumping into the chatter, they just listen, really listen. And you know what? Their silence speaks louder than any words could. When we stay quiet in moments where everyone expects us to talk, it's like we're sending out this mysterious vibe. People start wondering what's on their mind. Why aren't they saying anything? This silence gives you a kind of power, drawing people in, making them curious. But there's a deeper meaning to this silence, rooted in Stoic wisdom. See, Stoicism is all about valuing what's meaningful, not just what's loud or flashy. When we speak, we choose our words carefully, making them count. And when we stay silent, we give others the chance to open up, to share their thoughts and feelings. Silence isn't about being passive. It's a deliberate choice, knowing when to speak and when to let the quiet do the talking. It's about understanding the rhythm of human interaction and the power of every word we say or don't say. Learning to use silence wisely can make a big difference in our lives. It can help ease tensions, build stronger connections, and even boost our mental well-being. It's like a skill we can develop over time, guided by Stoic principles that teach us to approach life with balance and thoughtfulness. In a world that's always buzzing with activity, embracing silence might seem strange, but it's in those quiet moments that we find our true strength, our inner calm. And that's what Stoicism is all about, finding peace and wisdom in the stillness. Think of it like this. When we take a break from all the noise around us, we give our minds a chance to breathe. It's like finding a quiet spot in a bustling city. It's a relief. Silence isn't just about shutting out the world. It's like a workout for our minds. Just as lifting weights makes our muscles stronger, being silent helps our minds grow tougher. It's a chance to face our inner chaos head-on without getting overwhelmed. In these quiet moments, we also find clarity. It's like cleaning out a messy room. We can finally see what's important and what's just clutter. This clarity helps us make better choices, ones that really matter to us. But silence isn't just about being alone. It's about listening to ourselves. In these silent chats with our own minds, we learn about what makes us tick, what we care about, and what we stand for. This self-knowledge gives us the confidence to stay true to ourselves, no matter what. And here's the cool part. When we're strong and clear on the inside, it shows on the outside. We bring a sense of calm and purpose to our interactions with others, making our words and presence more meaningful. In the big picture, Stoicism teaches us to see ourselves as part of something bigger, connected to everyone and everything around us. It's like taking off a heavy backpack. We feel lighter, freer, more alive. So next time you find a moment of silence, embrace it. It's not just a break from the noise, it's a chance to grow, to understand yourself better, and to connect more deeply with the world around you. What does it really mean to be humble? It's not about putting ourselves down or saying we're not good enough. It's about seeing ourselves clearly, our strengths and our weaknesses, and staying cool about it. Being humble means understanding that our achievements don't make us better than anyone else, and our mistakes don't define us. It's about staying balanced, whether we succeed or stumble. Instead of bragging about what we've done, being humble means letting our actions do the talking. When we do that, we find a kind of peace inside, because we're not relying on other people's opinions to feel good about ourselves. And here's the cool part. When we're humble, we're open to learning and growing. We become better friends, better listeners, and better members of our community. We see that everyone has something to teach us, and we're ready to learn from them. So how do we become more humble? It's all about looking inside ourselves. We take time to think about why we do what we do, and we try to live by our values. We remember that just like everyone else, we're not perfect, and that's okay. Being humble also makes our relationships stronger. When we're not always trying to be right or show off, people feel more comfortable around us. We listen better, we think before we speak, and we connect more deeply with others. In any important conversation, knowing when to speak and when to stay silent is key. Sometimes staying quiet can actually make us more powerful. It gives us a sense of calm and control, and it can even make the other person open up more. But for Stoics, silence isn't about tricking people or playing games. It's about finding peace inside ourselves, so we can respond wisely instead of just reacting in the moment. When we take a pause, we're giving ourselves a chance to think things through, to really understand what's happening. When we choose to stay quiet in a conversation, it's not just about gaining an advantage. It's a way of showing respect for what hasn't been said yet. It's like giving space for the words to carry their weight, to make an impact. By pausing, we're telling others that we're really thinking about what's being said. It shows that we're careful and intentional, which earns us respect. This idea of intentional silence fits perfectly with Stoic beliefs. They emphasize the importance of listening, not just talking. When we listen closely, we can understand what the other person needs and wants, and that can lead to solutions that work for everyone. But how do we get better at using silence? It starts with knowing ourselves. We need to understand what makes us want to speak up, so we can control those impulses. And it takes confidence too. We have to trust that our perspective is valuable, even when we're not saying much. In a negotiation, silence can take different forms. It might be a pause after a big point, letting it sink in. Or it could be a moment of quiet to gather our thoughts when things get intense. And sometimes it's about giving others the chance to speak up, to share their thoughts and feelings. The Stoics believed that we're all connected, part of the same human family. So when we show kindness and consideration, we're not just being nice, we're recognizing that connection. Kindness for Stoics isn't about big gestures. It's about those little acts of understanding and patience, choosing to support rather than criticize. Consideration takes it a step further. It means really trying to see things from the other person's perspective, to understand where they're coming from. When we approach others with this kind of care and thoughtfulness, we build trust and respect. We create space for real connections to form, making the world a little bit better for everyone. Why is it so important to be kind and considerate? Well, when we show kindness to others, it's not just about making them feel good. It also brings a sense of peace and satisfaction to ourselves. Stoicism teaches us that our own well-being is connected to how we treat others. When we choose to be kind, we're living by Stoic values, which promote harmony and balance in our lives. And here's the cool part. Being kind can inspire others to do the same. It's like a ripple effect, spreading compassion and understanding throughout our community. Imagine if everyone made a little effort to be kinder and more considerate. The world could be a completely different place. So, how do we make this happen in our daily lives? It starts with being mindful, paying attention to our interactions and looking for opportunities to show kindness. It's about taking a moment to think before we react, choosing responses that reflect wisdom, fairness, bravery, and self-control, the core values of Stoicism. In a world where everyone seems to be talking at once, listening deeply is a rare and valuable skill. It's also a perfect match for Stoic philosophy, which values empathy and understanding. Deep listening isn't just about hearing words, it's about really getting to the heart of what someone is saying, understanding their emotions and intentions. When we listen deeply, we show respect and appreciation for others, recognizing their worth as fellow human beings. It's an act of compassion, acknowledging that everyone has their own struggles and stories that deserve to be heard and understood. But the benefits of deep listening go beyond just being kind. It also helps us learn and grow, giving us new insights and perspectives that can inform our actions and decisions. So, let's make an effort to listen deeply, to be kind, and to create a more compassionate world for everyone. So, how can we get better at really listening to others? Well, it starts with having the right mindset. Instead of focusing on what you want to say, approach each conversation with a curiosity to learn something new. This shift in thinking brings you closer to the wise and balanced ideals of Stoicism. Next, practice being fully present. In a world filled with distractions, giving someone your complete attention is a rare and valuable gift. Put away your phone, turn off any distractions, and really engage with the person in front of you. Remember, listening isn't just about your ears, it's about your whole being, including your eyes, your body language, and your thoughts. Deep listening also requires patience and self-control. These are Stoic virtues that help us resist the urge to interrupt or judge while someone else is speaking. It's about giving them the space to express themselves fully before you respond. And after you've listened, take a moment to reflect. Think about what you've heard, the emotions behind the words, and what it all means. This reflection helps you respond with care and thoughtfulness, which is in line with the Stoic idea of measured, considered action. Reflective wisdom, as Stoicism teaches us, is about more than just acquiring knowledge or having quick answers. It's about deeply understanding our own experiences, values, and the world around us. This understanding starts with introspection, taking the time to look inward, to examine our thoughts, actions, and reactions honestly. But reflective wisdom isn't a solo journey. Stoicism reminds us that we're all connected to each other. So as we grow in our understanding of ourselves, we also grow in our ability to connect with and understand others. Considering the world around us is crucial. Reflecting on our relationships, our place in society, and how we impact others helps us see the bigger picture. Are we adding to harmony or causing discord? This wider view ensures that our wisdom isn't just for ourselves, but benefits everyone. Now, let's talk about putting this wisdom into action. Reflective wisdom isn't just about thinking, it's about doing. It guides our choices, actions, and how we interact with others. When we act from a place of thoughtful wisdom, our decisions are smarter, our actions more purposeful, and our words more careful. We become better at handling tough times, staying calm under pressure, and adapting to change. In short, we become more like Stoics, handling life's ups and downs with grace and calm. So, how do we develop this reflective wisdom? It starts with making time for reflection. This could mean looking back on your day, writing in a journal, or talking things over with friends. It's about asking tough questions and being open to whatever answers come our way. It's about learning from the past, living in the present, and thinking about the future. Another important part is keeping a learner's mindset. Life is our greatest teacher, and every experience has something to teach us. By staying curious and open-minded, we can learn valuable lessons from everything life throws at us, gaining understanding and wisdom along the way. Resilience is another key aspect. It's not about avoiding pain or pretending everything's fine. It's about facing challenges head-on, learning from them, and coming out stronger. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control everything, we can control how we react. By responding with clarity, reason, and virtue, we build true resilience. So how do we build this resilience? First, by accepting reality as it is. Stoicism encourages us to acknowledge our challenges without self-pity, so we can focus on what truly matters, our response and growth, and by keeping things in perspective. Stoics believe that it's our thoughts about events, not the events themselves, that cause us distress. By looking at things from a broader perspective, we can handle whatever comes our way with more ease and grace. Think of it like this: when we face tough times, it's like a chapter in our life story. And just like any good story, there's room for growth, learning, and change. Seeing our challenges in this bigger picture doesn't make them hurt any less, but it helps us bounce back stronger. Now let's talk about how our connections with others help us get through tough times. Stoicism often focuses on being strong on our own, but that's not the whole story. Think of it this way: we don't grow and overcome challenges all by ourselves. We do it alongside others who share our struggles, offer support, and give us wisdom from their own experiences. These connections make us stronger, reminding us that we're not alone. Resilience isn't something we're born with, it's something we build through practice. Just like a muscle gets stronger when we use it, our ability to bounce back from tough times grows as we face and deal with challenges. Each obstacle we encounter is a chance to put our Stoic principles into action, to be brave, stay calm, and stick to our values. Resilience is about finding our inner strength and using it to tackle life's ups and downs. It's about turning tough times into opportunities for growth and learning, becoming wiser and more virtuous along the way. As we wrap up our journey into Stoic philosophy, remember that you already have the strength you need inside you. By reflecting on your experiences, building resilience, and seeking wisdom, you can tap into that power and keep moving forward. Thanks for joining me on this adventure of discovery and growth. You're not just watching from the sidelines, you're part of a community of seekers, all striving for a deeper understanding of Stoicism and how it can transform our lives. Don't stop here. Keep exploring. Click on one of the suggested videos to dive even deeper into Stoicism and keep fortifying your spirit alongside fellow travelers on this journey of transformation.